For thousands of years, he has stood as the silent guardian of the Giza Plateau. The Great Sphinx. Most history books tell you he was built by Pharaoh Khafra around 2500 BC. But what if I told you that when the first pharaohs arrived, the Sphinx was already ancient, covered in sand, forgotten by time, and holding secrets that defy the official timeline of human civilization? Look at the erosion on his body. It's not from wind, it's from water. Vast, torrential rains that haven't fallen over Egypt since the end of the last ice age. We are taught that civilization began 6,000 years ago, but the stones of the Sphinx tell a different story. A story of a lost world, a golden age that existed before the Great Flood. Today, we begin our journey to uncover the true face of the Watcher in the Sand. Geologist Robert Schoch shocked the scientific world when he pointed out a simple fact. The deep vertical fissures on the Sphinx's enclosure are the result of water erosion. Not groundwater, but precipitation. Heavy, prolonged rainfall. For this level of erosion to occur, the Sphinx must have been exposed to a climate entirely different from the desert we see today. The last time Egypt experienced such tropical rains was between 10 and 12,000 years ago. This isn't just a minor error in dating. It's a 5,000-year gap that changes everything. It means that while our ancestors were supposedly primitive hunter-gatherers, someone was here, carving a mountain of limestone into a masterpiece. If the pharaohs didn't build the Sphinx, who did? And why is mainstream history so afraid of the answer? Take a close look at the Sphinx's head. Does it look proportional to you? Every artist and sculptor who examines the monument says the same thing. The head is far too small for the massive body. In ancient Egypt, precision was everything. They didn't make mistakes like this. The theory is as mind-blowing as it is logical. The Sphinx wasn't always a man. Originally, it was a colossal lion, the king of the beasts, guarding the sacred valley. During the Old Kingdom, a pharaoh likely found the weathered ancient monument and decided to claim it as his own, recarving the eroded lion's head into his own likeness. This explains why the head is less weathered than the body. We are looking at a recycled monument, a relic from a time when a different power ruled the earth. The ancient world followed a precise celestial plan that we are only now beginning to grasp. In the 90s, researchers uncovered a terrifying code hidden within the alignment of the Sphinx. If you turn back the stars to the spring equinox in 10,500 BC, a perfect, haunting alignment occurs. As the sun rises, the Sphinx, the terrestrial lion, stared directly at its own celestial reflection, the constellation of Leo. At that exact moment, the pyramids of Giza aligned perfectly with Orion's belt. This isn't just a random coincidence. It's a cosmic timestamp, frozen in stone for eternity. The ancients marked this specific date for us, marking the end of a great era and the sudden start of a global catastrophe. They wrote their message in the stars so we would know exactly when their world died. It's a silent warning from the deep past, waiting for someone to finally decode the truth before the cycle repeats itself once more. Legend speaks of a secret library hidden deep beneath the Sphinx, the Hall of Records containing the lost knowledge of the survivors of Atlantis. While mainstream science long dismissed this as pure myth, ground-penetrating radar in the 90s revealed something extraordinary. A large, man-made rectangular chamber, 25 feet underground, directly beneath the right paw of the monument. Scans even showed a complex network of tunnels leading from this chamber toward the Great Pyramids. Yet every time independent researchers get close to a major discovery, the authorities abruptly shut down the projects and restrict access. What exactly are they so afraid of? Would the contents of that hidden room rewrite every history textbook on Earth and change our understanding of humanity forever? The truth is literally under our feet, hidden in a dark, silent chamber that hasn't been opened for millennia. Are we protecting history, or are we hiding the evidence of our true origins from the world? Why did this magnificent civilization simply vanish? From the radioactive ruins of Mohenjo-Daro to the weathered stones of the Sphinx, we see evidence of a sudden, violent end. 12,000 years ago, our planet underwent a massive, traumatic shift. The ice caps melted at an impossible speed. Sea levels rose by hundreds of feet, and the lush, green Sahara became a desolate wasteland of sand. This was the Great Flood mentioned in every mythology, the cataclysm that wiped the slate clean and buried our past. The Sphinx was likely submerged during this chaos, its limestone body eaten away by rising tides and torrential storms for centuries. The survivors became the gods of the next era, bringing small fragments of lost technology to the primitive tribes that remained. The Sphinx stands today as a silent tombstone for a world destroyed by forces we are only now beginning to understand. It is a haunting reminder that nature can reclaim everything we build in a single, terrifying instant. If the Sphinx is truly 12,000 years old, we must completely rethink the limits of human potential. Its builders understood complex sacred geometry and engineering on a scale that still baffles modern experts today. They didn't move these million-pound blocks with primitive copper tools. They moved mountains. Some believe they used resonance or sound frequencies to lift these massive stones, while others point to energy sources we have long since forgotten. This lost civilization was obsessed with Zep Tepi the first time. They wanted to create an indestructible record of their existence that would survive even the end of the world itself. And they succeeded. The Sphinx has watched empires rise and fall for 100 centuries, waiting patiently for a generation smart enough to finally decode its message. We are that generation, standing on the shoulders of forgotten giants whose names and stories have been erased by the shifting sands of time. As the sun sets over the Giza Plateau, the Sphinx continues its eternal, silent watch. It has seen the world end once before. It saw the waters rise, the stars shift, and a global superpower vanish into the dust of the desert. Today, we look at this monument as a fascinating mystery, but it's actually a profound and urgent warning. Our civilization feels invincible and permanent, just like theirs did before the Great Flood. We reach for the stars and dominate nature, but history is a cycle, not a straight line. If we continue to ignore the lessons carved in stone and the shadows of the past, we are destined to join those lost architects in the sand. The truth is hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who dare to look deeper. Are you ready to face what the Sphinx has to reveal about our own future? The clock is ticking for us all. Subscribe, hit the bell, and stay curious.